Well, today our project is I'm going to build a backyard brick oven. Um, I seen it where it's just to cook pizzas in your backyard. So I got these pavers. They're 24 by 24, and what I'm going to do is this is the one where the pizza is going to sit on. So I'm going to cut this out. I already scored it with a grinder. I'm gonna squirt it and cut this section out so the heat comes in through there. So what I've done is I laid my brick on here like this because that's how it's gonna go. When you build your top layer, and so the heat will come in through here, and your top one, either one of these, will be the top retaining the heat. So what I did is put your brick in here so it'll be lined up, and that's the section I'm going to cut out. So I'm going to spare you the noise, but I use a disc for cutting tile, and it cuts like butter. It's just really dusty. I don't want to bring out the hose. It's still kind of cold, but stay by. Okay, so this is how it came out. Like I said, I use a angle grinder with a wheel for cutting tile, and it does very well. This is concrete, so it'll go through there real quick. So this is where your pizza is gonna lay here, so the heat will come up through here. So I'm gonna put it together. Just wanted to show you how I end up cutting it. The blade's not big enough to go in and through the whole paver itself, so you have to score it from the back and the front, because that blade is not big enough. But if you have a bigger blade, it'll be just one cut. So let me put it together and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've set you up on a stand, and as you can see, I put my bottom layer here. Now this the bottom one is not really necessary, because if you set it on the floor, unless you don't want to burn your grass or anything underneath, but that's where your wood's going to burn, so it's optional. You can set the bricks directly into whatever you're going to be using, but this is what I did. I put two. I started off with two here, and regardless whichever way you go, you're going to have to cut a brick in half, several of them. So I started two here, three here, and three here. So when I put the second layer, I'm starting three in the back, and that completes my row there. And then it'll take two here, and this is where you need your second half. And same thing here is where you need another half. So one brick will do each side, and then your third layer, instead of running it like that, you cross it over like you did with the first layer, which will be a full brick here after you put the half, and then two in the back. This way, just like that. And then I just need to cut one brick to finish this off, and I'm doing the bottom layer 3 rows up. So let me cut these, and once again I'll just use the angle grinder, cut one brick. Maybe I can show it to you. Let me see how the view of the camera is. Okay. Right there. This is gonna be loud, so cover your ears or lower the volume. Don't have to cut all the way through. Maybe, I'm not sure. Well, yes, I do have the grinder. I'm gonna go as deep as the blade goes. broke. It's even better. I'm gonna use the factory to factory and the cut side so it can make a better seal versus the cut in, because if you see, if I put the cut in, it leaves a gap and heat will get out. So like that. Then my final line. Okay. And then I put the paver that I cut. There. Like that. And as you can see, now I will burn my wood in here. Here, heat's gonna rise and come out through here. So, and your pizza will sit here. But now I gotta do another layer, which is kind of creating your oven portion, where it's gonna retain the heat. Let me raise the camera a little bit. So I'm gonna show you how I'm do that. The layers. Same thing. You can start either with 2 in the back like this. That way you can only have to cut 1 brick once you're done. Well, actually, yeah, you're gonna have to cut a brick because this one is gonna have 2 layers versus 3 layers. I gotta get more bricks, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got more bricks, and like I said, your bottom one where you burn your wood, you want more space, so I'm putting 3 layers. The top one, you don't want so much space because you're trying to retain as much heat. The higher you make it, then the more heat you will need. So it makes no sense to make it so high. Make it as low as 2 rows. That way you have enough to slide your pizza, and the heat will be closer to the bottom of the pizza. So I started the first row, then the second row will go in. And once again, we will have to cut a half a brick. That. And let me cut that half brick, and I'll be back. Cut the second brick, the half. Once again, factory makes a better seal. Okay, and now let me show you the portion where you'll be cooking your pizza. Now this is not a pizza you're gonna buy at Costco, which is huge. This is more like to cook your own personal pizza. That's where the heat's gonna come out through. So now just set this on top of that. And let me do that and show you. Alright, so that's your oven. I'm gonna burn some wood in there, and once I get it going, I'll show you. Your wood, your pizza goes in here. The heat comes in through the cutout we made, and this will retain the heat. And that's what it looks like. That's your backyard pizza oven. We burn some wood in there for you. All right, so now I got the fire going. Just started not too long ago, but now as you can see how the concept of cutting that middle paver where your pizza is going to sit, making that hole there, how the heat's coming up through the top. Now if you don't want to go through all that, what you could do is slide this paver out so that it gives you enough space in the back for the flame to come up, the heat to come up. The only thing is that when you put your layer up here, the back row bricks may be off a little bit, but I'll suggest go this route. I don't have a digital thermometer to give you a measurement of what the heat is in there, but I will update the video the day I decide to put the peaks on there. It's just cold outside, is in the mid-low 40s. Some people may not be that cold, but I just wanted to get this done. But this is what it'll do, is you feed at the bottom, and here's where you set your peaks. So it's already hot in there. So let me know what you think. What should I improve? I don't want to put concrete to make it more to seal it more, because you can see through the bricks, you can see a little bit of cracks. I want to be able to remove this as I want to. So leave your comments, or if you want any more ideas or anything about it, or want to know more about it, let me know. Hope you enjoy.